Hey everybody, it's Chanel. It's like my second video for the day. Woo! I just got done working out. I went on a jog with my dad for like an hour. So that was really fun. He came over and he's like, I want to do this every weekend. And actually my dad's in pretty good shape. So we both ran and then walked a little bit for like an hour. So it was really good. I just thought I'd share with you what I'm having for lunch today because I haven't shared that in a really long time. I'm having what's called a madras salad, and like my nutritionist comes up with all these recipes and things, so it's kind of a crazy concoction. It is. This is what it looks like, and it's spinach underneath and then broccoli, red peppers, onions, diced chicken, and then this is the salad dressing, and it's like this curry dressing. It's so good. And then these are sliced peanuts to put on top, so really good. I'm also having this these individual Breakstone Live Active cottage cheese. I love these. It's got the probiotic fiber that like yogurt has, so if you like cottage cheese. And then my sin food for today, like I eat dessert every week, like all the time, and as long as I keep that within my points, it's not a problem. I'm actually having this ridiculous brownie that is like 7 points for this little of a brownie, but it actually worked out really great with my points today because I had that many left over. So this is what it looks like. It is peanut butter on top of a brownie, and it's got chocolate chips in it, and it's so horribly delicious. But it's homemade peanut butter, and it wasn't a boxed mix. It's real melted dark chocolate in whole wheat flour. Like, it's a bunch of crazy stuff, but it took a lot of effort to make those. I think sometimes it's easier to make crap when it's easy just to dump a box in, you know what I mean? And I made it with applesauce instead of oil, like all that kind of stuff, so it really isn't as horrible as it could be. And I actually don't know if it's 7 points. I just looked up a brownie on Weight Watchers and it said 7 points, so that's what I'm assuming. That I know it's probably not though because I didn't use the oil. So but anyway, that's my lunch for today. I brought this really cool book called Food Rules, and this is what it looks like, and it has all these really cool rules in it that is so true. Like, one of them is don't eat anything your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize as food. Avoid foods that have high fructose corn syrup. Avoid food products that have ingredients a third grader couldn't pronounce. Avoid food products with the words light, low-fat, or non-fat in their names except for Greek yogurt. And it's so true. I don't eat anything like low-fat. It's all like legit fattening, and it's helped me because they say that non-fat foods use a lot of sugar to boost the flavor because of the lack of fat, and then also use other chemicals to make them non-fat. So they said, you know, Americans actually eat 500 additional calories per day in the form of refined carbohydrates and sugar from eating non-fat food. So a lot of you that are doing Atkins, probably that's kind of the mindset. I'm probably one of the few low-calorie people that eat full-fat food. Or, you know, you can make things low fat, but I don't use low fat stuff. Like the brownies, they're a low fat brownie because I made changes to make them low fat. I didn't add any weird shit to them. You know what I mean? So, avoid foods you see advertised on television. You know, of course, don't shop in the middle of the grocery store. Only eat things on the outside. Eat only foods that will eventually rot. If it rots and molds, that's a good thing because it doesn't have a ton of preservatives in them. Let's see, what else did they have that was cool? Don't eat foods made in places where everyone has to wear a surgical cap. That's a good one. If it came from a plant, eat it. If it was made in a plant, don't. Don't eat anything if it arrived through your car window. That's another great one. It's not really food if it's called the same thing in every language, like a Big Mac, Cheetos, or Pringles. That's so crazy. That's so true. An old Chinese proverb is eating what stands on one leg, like plants, is better than eating what stands on two legs, like chicken, other birds, which is better than eating what stands on four legs, like cows, pigs, and other animals, which is true. Eat a variety of colors. Eat animals themselves that have eaten well, and I think this is so true, and I'm a huge like advocate for this. I only eat like grass-fed beef and free-range chicken because grain-fed beef, like cows were never meant to eat grain ever. Like you can't find it anymore, really, grass-fed beef, and it's more expensive, but your risk of getting E. coli is cut down like 25 times or some crazy, like 75% less likely to get E. coli. The nutrients you're getting is actually from the ground and from grass than from this refined corn. If you watch a documentary called King Corn or Food Inc., you'll see, I recommend everybody watch that. It's crazy. What else do they have? Don't eat breakfast cereal that changed the color of your milk. Then the other saying is the whiter the bread, the sooner you'll be dead. I totally agree. I eat Ezekiel bread, which is pretty much like eating a brick. Like it's got so many like nuts and fiber and all that kind of crap in it. Eat all the junk food you want as long as you cook it yourself. If you had to make French fries, the peeling, the cutting, the frying, and cleaning it up is such a pain in the ass that you wouldn't do it often if you had to do it every time you ate French fries. And I think that's so true. It says you can have a glass of wine with dinner if you would like. Eat when you're hungry, not when you're bored. Stop eating before you're full. Let's see. Buy smaller plates and glasses. And then this is one of my favorites. Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. And I think that's kind of true. I think here in America, we really eat our large meal at night and then go to bed. And it's so hard, I think, for our bodies to digest that huge meal sitting in your stomach right before bed. So anyway, those were just a few random things. I'm trying to catch up on all the lack of videos from last week. So anyway, have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.